Playday number 4, Battlefield of Eternity, guys. We got our first map in this Heroes of the Storm series, another best of 5 here. And this time we got an interesting one, because not only do we have 30k against the Donuts, we have a sub-player for the blue team that most of you should recognize if you have been a part of the Heroes gaming community. HGC represents, Zelia is in, subbing for Ultralisk, who has some insane internet problems today, as it seems. So, yep, we got Zelia. We pulled him out of World of Warcraft for just a game or two. And he's going to rock it with the boys in blue here, who are currently 4th place, if I'm not mistaken, in the standings. So they definitely want to change that. And this is a bit, honestly, this is a pretty important match for them, because the entire time they've been trying to just establish themselves as one of the top 3 teams. But they had results that were just all over the place a bit, because they went up against Chili Mountain. They won the series, but they also lost 2 maps. And Chili Mountain continued to pretty much they got handled by so many other teams that I don't really know where Chili Mountain stands at this point. It's really a little bit tricky. So we're going to answer the question today, whether or not 30k can take a few maps and maybe the series of the Donuts. Whereas at the same time, you're now looking at this thinking, okay, Hardos, they are absolutely dominating right now. They haven't lost a map yet. But the same is also true for the Donuts. So both of these teams, as the 4th Playday started at the Masters Clash, were actually holding the number 1 position, and they were sharing it because they had the exact same map and match score. But this could change here today. And it will be kind of interesting to see if 30k can maybe even take the match. Because right now, it starts to look more and more like we have 2 teams at the top of the European scene that are just dominant. And that would be the Donuts and the Hardos. But 30k, they did exceptionally well at the beginning of all the qualifiers for the Masters Clash. And also did a pretty decent job at the Rive Cup, which we had shortly after that. But if they really want to connect to those teams, then they have to deliver today. And that's what we're going to find out. I mean, again, if they would lose, for example, they still have a chance later, but still, this would be a big, important step at the right moment. But here we go, Battlefield of Eternity, and we got the early picks. Medivh gets taken together with Diablo, so if you leave both of them up, then it's going to be a quick pick. That's what's happening here. The Donuts with Medivh and Dibbles. Yeah, that's a ley line into an apocalypse right there. Dequaza went into the early Sonya pick. And since nobody banned Medivh out in this game, we're going to get a Battlefield of Eternity match with him immediately taken. So, okay, May and Malfurion to kind of counterplay that a little bit. But this is, of course, already super nasty here. I mean, again, this is scary stuff. And Medivh, in these games, when he doesn't get banned, he gets usually picked. And quite often, from there on out, even if you lose with Medivh, Medivh is just getting banned. Nobody likes the birdie. So, yeah, Tracer is getting banned since we have the Malfurion pick on the side of the blue team. So there's always the threat that Tracer gets locked in. And by the way, Dainu and Zelia are both great Tracer players. Because of you're looking at this, and a lot of people, they remember Zelia, you know, as that support player that made a lot of the plays happen, set the team up for success. And they're just fantastic in the times of HGC. But Zelia actually started out as a damage dealer. And he played quite a few roles. And he just did exceptionally well on the damage too. Eventually moved into the support role again. But he can absolutely murder you if he gets the Tracer, for example. So that was a really solid ban from the Donuts. And yeah, they have experienced that in the past too, of course. Okay, we got Lucio in, and we have Hanzo together with the 2. So not only do we have the Leyline Apocalypse set up, technically we got a Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo with a follow-up on Dibbles as well, which is of course kind of neat for them right now. But as our draft is slowly starting to shape up, we have the last 2 picks coming in for 30k. And what can they pull off now? We still need the damage dealers for them, and we need to know what Zelia's going to pick. That's more important than anything else right now. And it's a Tychus. Tychus plus Cassia. Okay. They could still shift things around in the swap phase. But for now, we got our 2 damage dealers represent. And the last pick for the Donuts. Now, let's see what exactly they are pulling off, because they still need someone on the side lane. They pretty much have already the bottom of the map established, but they need a side laner that can help them here a bit. And together with Diablo, we get Malthael. Game number 1 now, Heroes of the Storm series, everybody. We got 30k going up against the Donuts. Should be a fun one. And, well, without further ado, let's head straight into the first map of the best of 5. 30k against the Donuts. Battlefield of Eternity is the first map, and we're good to go. Let's start this series. X-Ray is playing Malfurion for 30k. We got Dequaza on Sonya, Masquerade on Mei, and Azalea. Subbing in today for Ultralisk, he's playing Tychus with Dainu on the second damage dealer. Him on Cassia. On the right side of the map, the Donuts, they're responding in kind with Copenhagen on Malthael. They got Rutsu on Medivh, Ixia on Lucio, Skog on Hanzo, and Lauber is playing Diablo. Yeah, with all of that fun, we got a lot of good level 10 combos for the Donuts that they can use to absolutely crush a target. And if they execute that well and coordinate the play, they are going to murder whenever they have the heroic abilities ready and off cooldown. So we're going to watch out for that. Top lane, both of them super safe here. They didn't really know where everybody was, so they're just waiting for everybody to show at the bottom of the map, and then they're slowly starting to make their approach over here. We got Celia currently with his grenade build on Tychus. So not really one of those mobile heroes that I would have loved to see him on, but still on one of the damage dealers, as more or less expected for the reasons mentioned. I mean, again, Ultralisk is the one that couldn't make it today, so they have their standard support here that can now try and help out. But Lauber is already sitting at the side, but the dash gets Zelia out of range. Okay. Yeah, 12 stacks are already in for Rutsu, so he does a really good job in the early game to get some stacks in. And we're going to keep a close eye on this quest and see if he can do that. First camp is taken, but this time we got the rotation from Skog towards the top lane so that the red team can take their own camp here. And as I already highlighted in the first draft, so far neither the Hardos nor the Donuts have lost a single map yet. They had fairly easy opponents for the most part, but let's not forget that 30k actually went up against the Hardos already, and they weren't able to take a single map. So now the Donuts need to try and reply in kind here if they want to keep the #1 position that they currently share with the Donuts. Lauber is already getting supported by Medivh in the back as he gets a quick portal out, but they're trying to re-engage into it. A lot of the structures are already suffering here, but topside Sonya is also getting pushed. 13 stacks now for Cassia too. And Medivh is rushing that quest. Holy hell. 28 stacks for Rutsu already. He's at 30. He's nearly done. We're 2 minutes in. And he is nearly done with the quest. That would be quite the relief. If you can get that locked in before the second or the first objective even appears on the map, then you're just absolutely golden here. Level 4 talents are now kicking in. We got, first and foremost, the Shando's Clarity. Masquerade is the one still holding the bot lane. And it's time for the camps to be attacked. The objective gets announced in a few seconds. In 2 to be exact. So then you want to be ready with the Shaman camp if you can. In the rhythm on level 4 for Tychus. And we got some stacks also. Rutsu's obviously flying over and checking this out. Someone has to stand here, or he might even steal it away. I don't think he would ever risk that, given that he's only 10 stacks away from completing his quest. But hey, gotta be careful, at least have someone there. So nothing really happened so far. We got a couple of moves on the camps, both of them top side, bot side, left, right. But now we're looking at level 5 for both teams. Even experience, no kills just yet. Really good stacking, especially for Medivh. But with the first objective now on the map, the party is really starting up. So yeah, Rutsu wants another 7 stacks, and ideally 30k would like to drop him here. If they can make that work, it would be great. Because that is going to be a lot of aggressive Medivh plays if Rutsu is able to complete this quest this early in the game. Halftime show is taken. It's the blue team that wins it by quite a couple of hit points actually. It's a 4,000 hit point difference between the two teams. Only 5 stacks left for Medivh. Mei already looking at the side. Yeah, Masquerade, of course, has a bit of a tank reputation that he currently has to defend here. And talking about Masquerade, is controlling the portal the best he can. Whenever you go up against a Medivh player, you need to go for portal control. And that means CC. Malfurion is great in that position, and of course Mei too. So that's 2 heroes that can really deal well with the portal that Medivh is providing. And they're racing this one. It's a close call, but it's the blue team that wins Immortal #1. Blue team is able to get it. And here we have it. Top side, that's where the Immortal is going to be headed. And let's go. Yeah, level 7 talent could even kicked in for the red team with a bit of a gap to the Donuts. So that's a bit of a chance that they have to maybe break through the wall and force the opponent behind the fort itself. So, yeah, Ixia is now coming in too. There's a level 7. A little bit ahead here, so everybody for the donuts needs to be quite careful. And 8 stacks for Zelia with his Tychus play. 8 stacks for him. Immortal is slowly going down, but here comes the lock on Diablo. Lauber is trying to escape, but you could really see the portal control coming through here with Malfurion and May leading the charge. Lot of damage. Fountain down, Fort eliminated, and that was quite solid. That was actually really, really well done. They got a lot of damage in with this one. The early level 7 helped them. But let's not forget that also Medivh completed his quest. So Rutsu is done with this now. Baseline for Medivh. Before the 5-minute mark, he was able to complete it. So good on him. Top side. Camp gets taken at the bottom of the map. The blue team is doing the exact same thing. And now it's just time for sector objective, level 10. And this is where the real party starts. Because then the red team's composition comes online. With the ley line into the apocalypse. With a dragon's arrow into an APOC play potentially, and they should be able to do a whole lot of work in those team fights. And they're actually playing aggressively around the camp here, even trying to invade a little bit. Masquerade is all alone. Lauber's looking for the wall stun, but can't get it yet. Zelia is back in, and is of course waiting for another trait that he can drop on Dibbles in particular. The portal engage, and Zelia is the first one to fall in this game. First one to go down, Zelia eliminated, and the quest for Diablo completed. First blood has been accomplished. Bottom of the map, that's where Sonya was able to push a little bit, but Quasar might have stayed just a bit too long. I got away. That could have been, that could have gotten a little bit nasty, but they did damage on those walls. So more damage towards the top keep, top fort. At the bottom of the map, the fort has suffered also a lot of damage. So not too shabby, honestly. You lost one of your heroes, but at the same time you pushed the lanes, and that is not a bad spot to be in. Now, they still need to make sure that Quasar doesn't fall, but he's still totally fine. The next Immortal is up, and both of the teams are, of course, clamoring for level 10 in an attempt to get the next heroic ability up. Skorg is already rushing away here. He's super low. He really needs to heal up quickly, but he's also the main damage against the Immortal together with the Mephisto at this point. So he's kind of needed. But he has to be careful, because if they go for him, he's gonna fall. But they're still fighting for this. The heals are coming up from Lucio. Zelia in again. 18 stacks now for his level 4. 46 stacks for Cassia. Cassia's getting a ton of stacks together. 48 at the 7-minute mark. That is not bad. Not bad at all. But they gotta move back, and that means halftime show gets locked in by 30k once again. Yeah. The level 10 ability comes together with it, but both of the teams get it. So the wall is in, last rites, apocalypse, leyline, dragon's arrow, everything as you would expect it. And here comes the Odin. Oh, the arrow! The arrow connects in the back against Malfurion. The APOC also hitting home. Zelia is alive, but for much longer. They can't get the damage in, and instead it's Mephisto that falls. Malthael that falls. Mephisto isn't even in here. So, yeah, Malthael falls, and so does the Immortal. 2 kills to 1, and the blue team, ladies and gentlemen, is starting to take a solid lead here. The Immortal is going to move down to the bottom of the map. They did early on damage against the top fort. Now they're going to try and drop the one at the bottom, and that is looking quite good. There was a lot of pressure against Zelia in particular with his Tychus, but since they were able to keep him alive, they are now headed straight through that bot lane in an attempt to take the fort down. And of course, Sonya is trying to do the exact same thing up at the top. It was a little bit of a weird setup too, because it was actually Diablo that pulled the target out of the dragon's arrow, and then the arrow connected in the back line with Malfurion. Still totally worth it, but they just couldn't get damage in against Tychus to take him down. And yep, that's all she wrote there. 29,000 damage on Cassia now too. She is crushing. Cassia is doing so well. Dino is just a monster on that hero when it comes to stacking. There's a kill against Sonya at least. Oh, arrow. And yep, arrow gets completely negated here. Big one. Yep, but at the bottom of the map, the entire wall has been opened up. Keep is still totally fine. But of course, the structure lead. May is down. She slowed everything down a little bit, but sacrificed her life for that. So this time there's a bit of a move from the red team. Now, it's always scary when you go up against the Donuts, because you get a couple of teamfight victories and then you always feel, okay, we can make something happen here. And then in the late game, they just turn it on you and are able to, yeah, just crush you If you make one mistake, you get punished for it. Now, we'll have to have a bit of a look-see whether they can pull it off once again. But let's not forget that Dino's running around with 64 stacks already at the 9-minute mark. That's kind of crazy. So his damage output as we're heading into the late game is going to be pretty impactful. Especially given the fact that so far it's been only the Donuts that have suffered structural damage. So it's going to take quite some time to really bring it back against 30k here. And 30k also has the early level 13, only by a sliver, but still, it's there. And they're trying to force the fight a little bit, especially since Masquerade could set up another wall. Yeah, Tychus with some extra damage, but I gotta say, Zelia's a little bit late on the stacking. He's only at 24 stacks now on his level 4. 71 stacks for Dino. Cassia is going to become a mad problem. We're 10 minutes into the game, and Cassia has 71 stacks over here. That is some insane damage that you can drop with this if this continues. And with another objective popping up, the next team fight is guaranteed. It shows 36,000 damage. Compare that to the top damage dealer for the Donuts. It's Medivh. Medivh is the top damage dealer now. 16,000 for him. And more than doubled by Cassia. Fight is already there. Masquerade is in a bit of trouble. But yes, the last ride. Nicely done. Leyline into APOC, but it just doesn't lead to any kills. Lauba is low and so is Copenhagen. Both of them get away. Beautifully controlled by 30k in this fight. Incredibly well done. And now the arrow comes out and connects nicely, but Malfurion is already dealing with the situation. They're still trying to go for Masquerade, but Diablo is exposed. Lauba gets saved by Medivh. Rutsu Medivh is down. And oh boy, here comes Tychus. 30k, ladies and gentlemen. Doing incredibly well over here. Yeah, it's 3 kills against 3, that's definitely true, but look at the bot lane, for example. Copenhagen has to defend this as the keep is already down to 50% HP. The halftime show has been won by the blue team without even losing a hit point on their own Immortal. But now Zelia is getting some additional stacks together for his level 4 to increase the minigun duration. And Dino is continuing the stacking even further. If that is 100% on the Immortal, then this is going to be a nightmare. They're trying to go for the kill against X-Ray, but it's Dibbles that's down. And they're looking for more. They get the wall and they're hitting 2. They're hitting 2 on the wall. The portal is set up right away. Hanzo is low. Oh, and makes it out. And instead, everybody is starting to fall from the blue team's perspective. They are about to lose Masquerade if they don't pay attention here. Copenhagen, on the other hand, he's the next one to die. And the ult is back up for X-Ray. He's using it immediately. Hanzo is down. Ixia is on the run. Zelia, does he have the grenade? Does it even matter? That's currently 2 heroes down and 100% shield Immortal. Ixia is low and will have to Hearthstone back. They're even ignoring him. They're saying, like, do what you want. We don't really care because we're just going to aim for your keep all the way up at the top. Sonya, Dequaze was at the bottom, pushing the lane out, and now they're ganking up on him. That's a bit of an issue. Zelia's coming in the attempt to help, and they save the target. That's a real nice play. If Dequaza dies here, it's a huge problem for them. But now they're 2 levels ahead, 3 kills ahead. They got the extra talent, and they are murdering that top lane. 30k, everybody. We've been asking the entire time, can they keep contact with the top 2? And so far it looks good. The Apocalypse combo wasn't bad, but still gets dodged mostly, and it's a kill against Lucio. This is not a good game for the Donuts, not even a little bit. They're losing so much ground here. They are getting murdered. 57,000 damage at this point by Cassia, and Tychus is starting to catch up with the 48k that he brings to the table. The last right kills against Zelia, but Malthael pays with his life for it, and now we're going core. 30k, we had a lot of questions coming into this. They struggled against Chili Mountain, nearly lost the series. They got murdered by the Hardos, but now in the series against the Donuts, at least in game number 2, they are able to absolutely murder. Down go Diablo and Medivh, and this is a victory on the first map for 30k at this Heroes of the Storm series. Nicely done by the team in blue. GG, and well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2 in our Heroes of the Storm series between 30k and the Donuts. And 30k is in the lead. Nicely done, well played. That also means automatically that the Hardos will at the end of the Playday be number 1, at least for the time being. Because even if the Donuts now win 3 games in a row and decide the series in their favor, Hardos haven't lost a single map yet. So they would take that number 1 spot and the Donuts would come in second. But of course things could go completely a completely different way here. Because 30k, they look good on the first map. I mean, not bad, son. So, can they repeat that? That's the question. Are the Donuts now going to come back with a vengeance, just saying like, hey guys, we're not going to lose the series. We lost the map, that's fine, but we're not going to lose the entire series here. And also, can Dino calm down a little bit? I mean, the stacking on Cassia was absolutely insane. Honestly, when I see a game like this, I just want it to go to like 20-25 minutes because I want to see what does he end up with, not only in stacks on his level 1, but also in damage output. It was kind of crazy. Honestly, part of me was a bit sad that it ended that quickly. I was just like, dude, just keep going, keep going. Uther gets banned, we get the ban on Sonya, and also D.Va gets banned out again. Tomb of Spider Queen, of course, you need the wave clear here. And also, what are you going to do around Medivh? They banned it this time. They really controlled it well, so Medivh lost the last one. They had Malfurion as an early pick, Medivh got picked into it, so then you can drop the root on the portal. In addition to that, they had Mei, so there was a lot of control on that. But there is Chromie once again. The Chromester getting picked right away here as level 1. High priority on her. Very happy about it, of course, but still. Okay. Let's go for the double pick here. What are they opening up this time with? Are we going to see that early Malfurion pick in an attempt to get a Tracer locked in? No. Urel the Space Goat is picked very, very early together with Mei. Okay, so I'm really still eyeing that Tracer a little bit because honestly, if there's any hero that I want to see Xayah on again, it would probably be that Tracer. And that is something that was banned out on the first map for a reason. So there's definitely a chance that eventually throughout the series they get an opportunity to pick it in together with Malfurion, but we'll find out if that is going to be the play here, because now that the bans are starting to kick in, you could of course either ban out Malf, you could ban Tracer. We got in terms of picks still a Nubarak with Rexa, and if you watched any of the Masters Clash games of the Donuts, then you know that with their Nubarak rotation they're incredibly dangerous. They use it a lot on Battlefield of Eternity, didn't do it here today, but Lauber initiating the stun and then the follow-up from Rexa with Chromie damage kicking in has been a huge success for them. They played a lot with Stukov too, but Stukov gets banned out for that very reason, so you can see that 30k definitely did their homework here. And here comes the Tracer ban again. Yeah, if they want Tracer, they have to commit to it early. You got Dino on that side, and you got Xayah now playing for them. Both of them in a damage dealer position. So, of course, that's what we're seeing here. It doesn't really shock me at all that Tracer is reliably getting banned on maps where she makes a whole lot of sense. But we'll see. I just want to see them dance around with that at some point. But, well, either way, here comes Deckard Cain and Cassia again. Dino can't stop, won't stop. He's just coming in and doing his thing here. Alright. Well, what are we going to get from the red team now? They're behind! They need to catch up. Not a position that they've been in this season so far. It's the first map loss actually for them. And it's Ana plus Maiev. Okay. Last pick. It's Xayah again. And what are we gonna get from him that we hear on Tomb? Give me that Junkrat or something. Like, I don't know. Give me a damage dealer. What is he gonna get? I mean, he played Tigers on the last one. Technically, you could still try and do that. Probably not really what we're gonna see from him here, given the lineup on the other side. Maiev also want to go for the tether. You need something that's a bit mobile, and he's going for Sylvanas. Okay, he's sticking it out with the World of Warcraft, everybody. Yeah, there's a World of Warcraft player now, so here we go. Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. Game number 2. Let's get this second map started. Should be a lot of fun. Heroes of the Storm with 30k. Xayah subbing into for Ultralisk and the Donuts. Game number 2, 30k is in the lead, and the Donuts gotta step it up now. X-Ray on Deckard Kane on our second map. We got Zelia on Sylvanas, Quasar on Urel, Masquerade on May, and Dino is playing Cassia again in this second game of the best of 5 series. On the right side of the map, we got Lauba on Anubarak, the Donuts with Copenhagen on Rexa, Skok on Chromie, Rutsu on Mayef, and Ixir on Ana. Okay, let's get the party started. What can they do here this time? They got their Anubarak set up. They want to be aggressive. They have the Mayef. There's a lot of control. The tether, the stuns, the engage, the cocoon later. There's a lot that can be done by the Donuts now. But can they pull it off? Yes or no? Because they are behind. The spray game is on point. Spray game is definitely on point. Zelia, of course, running the best mount in the game as usual. There is a reason, ladies and gentlemen, why players like Whoopi, like Zelia and others have consistently run the money pick. It is undeniably the best mount. And well, the Donuts, they are going in for the quick kill. They might lose Laupa. Oh, what a close save. Woo. Got the shield, the carapace out, and the heals from Ixir, but they got the kill against X-Ray. So Deckard Kane is down, and they're engaging at the top on Dino, and they get another kill. Nicely done! 2 kills already. The Donuts are angry. The Donuts are super angry. Damn. They got eaten alive in game number 1, but now they are in game number 2. And these are not normal donuts. No. They got the extra sugar coating. These are chocolate donuts. They got the filling and everything. They are murdering here. At least the early game. We're only a minute in, so again, we're jumping a bit ahead of ourselves. But that's at least a good start for them. For sure. Either way, can they continue that? And it's the aggression. Honestly, it's the aggression that we've been talking about. Zelia, sleep dart, and he makes it out. But close call. Very, very close call. And talking about close call, if not for the heals from X-Ray, that might have been another kill. So it's scary. It's really scary. Masquerade is the next one to potentially fall, but the trade saves him for another second. And yeah, he's still dead. 3 kills to 0, but maybe now an opportunity. No, Rutsu makes it out of the way. So yeah, that's an early level 4, 3 kills to 0, and boy are they getting wrecked. There's so much CC, and it's just the aggression around forcing fights with the Nubarak plus Maiev that is doing so well for the Donuts. And they've done that in the past time and time again. So yeah, that's that. By the way, am I the only one that is eating more donuts ever since Lauba's team came up with this incredibly stupid idea to name themselves this way? Am I the only one that ends like a Heroes of the Storm day and thinks, you know what? Talking about donuts, I could eat one. I can't be the only one here. And maybe it's just me, like I don't know, but it's like such a weird thing. I've actually started to eat a couple more donuts. Like the supermarket that is right across the street from where I live, they have like these chocolate donuts, and I just can't resist. I'm trying, but every now and then, now that I just like am constantly confronted with donuts, I gotta go for one. And they gotta go for Ana. Ana is down. Ixia, that's the first death against the Donuts. So there was a bit of an opening, and they went for it. So 30k, they're not gonna give the game up here. I mean, obviously, duh. But they are able to lock in the first kill for the blue team, and they're playing it out. But it's a scary game. If you're going up against Rutsu's Maiev in particular, whew. Yeah, that boy with the support that he gets from Nubarak and Rexa later on is just going to do some work. And of course, there's still the gem situation to talk about. And interestingly enough, it is the blue team that holds on to more gems. It's honestly the blue team that has most of them. So, yeah, they could try and turn that in. Quasar is going to attempt to do that, but here's the sleep dart, and they want Urel. And they are getting Urel. Quasar! Wow. He gets away. Oh, that kill would have been such a problem with 26 gems in the hands of Quasar. If they are able to drop me here and nobody recovers them, that would have been a disaster. Now that he also has his level 7 talent and the Divine Steed, he can of course rush away a little bit quicker. We got the Festering Wounds in for Zelia and Sylvanas, but the Red Web Weavers are the ones descending first. So yeah, there's another Sleep Dart against Masquerade. The Tether follows. Has so much CC. Ixia also just hitting these Sleep Darts like a boss the entire time. They go for Rexa, and Copen gets flattened like a pancake. Hoofs first. Oh, and the double kill! Whoa! 3 kills! That's gonna be the easiest defense of their life. And Zelia is already pushing in with Sylvanas and the trade. Damn, that was beautiful. Now they're up here at the top, but what a beautiful fight. Now they're still active here in the middle, but we're definitely going to take another look at this, boys, because that was just fire. What a shutdown. The Donuts, they're trying to push with the Web Weavers, and now they couldn't do anything with them. I mean, they didn't even arrive at the wall. Check this out. I mean, take a look at this. Enjoy this one. They went for Rexa first, and then they just locked them in just before they made it through the gate. Got the double kill with Deckard Cain. Maiev and Chromie fell, and that triple kill resulted in the Web Weaver wave not doing anything at all. Yeah, the counter killer though, they're trying to go for Masquerade, and they get him. They get him. Nicely done. Not a lot of gems lost. So there's at least that. But now they make the play for Dainu. Quasar is holding 38 gems. He needs to be careful. He can't fall. They're trying to go for Ixia though. Yeah, the old man and the old hack. And it is the kill against Anna that comes in first. Granny goes down, and Kopagan, he's not making it either. X-Ray, he gets away. They're trying for Lauber, and he's starting to run low on mana too. The old man is chasing the beetle, but it's 6 kills against 4. The early level 10 here. What a game. What a series. Honestly. I mean, damn, they are crushing. Blue Web Weavers, they are coming into play now. We got the 20,000 damage for Cassia. Dino's doing work again. Sylvanas with the 30,000. Zelia is already moving out just as the Web Weavers touch ground, or are about to. So they can now start to use Sylvanas to enhance that push even further and really, really go for it. But, oh boy, that might be a problem for the Donuts. They are about to get level 10 though. So at least they get the level 10 abilities. That's already going to be worth quite a lot. And yeah, off we go. It's the push in the mid lane as the blue team is trying to take the first fort down. And off we go. Cage is down. There's the wall already. Yeah, Masquerade was trying to set it up, but didn't connect it properly. Eye of Horus is also in, so Anna can go for these kills again. And is already trying to position. The Cocoon is out against Maeve. And they're trying the heals! Rutsu, he's trying to make it out, but he's in trouble. He's definitely in trouble. Masquerade comes in, and he drops him. Lauber has 20 gems now. The fort in the middle has already fallen, and now they're going for Skok. Lauber is dead too. They're going for Chromie again, and that's a triple kill. Unbelievable. 30k, ladies and gentlemen. 30k is coming in with some serious plays today. And we've been saying the entire time, where are they now? They struggled against Chili Mountain. They had huge problems against the Hardos. And against the Donuts, they really needed to step it up a little bit in order to still stay in touch with the top of the ranking. And they did it. Or they're doing it. They won the first map, and now they're just doing great on map number 2. They're going for the boss after they just took the fort down. At the bottom, Quasar with 18 gems turned in. They have a full turn in if they wanted. Boss is, of course, still a bit on the weak side, only 8 minutes into the game, but it's still gonna matter for them. Great setup here. Really, really nicely done so far by the blue team. Now, this game isn't over yet. But it's a great start, and it just shows that they can play on eye level with their opponent here. Zelia on the run a little bit. They're trying to go for Rexa again. Copenhagen. But once more, it's Ixia trying to keep everybody alive, but he just can't mitigate the damage that is coming out here as they're focusing the man with the mask. The Batman of the Nexus. Off they go. This time for Granny, for Chromie. Both shorties are under attack. And Chromie might be the first one to fall, but Ixia is getting dropped too. And the boss is doing work at the top, and with 70 gems in their hands, they can go for another Web Weaver wave. The Donuts are getting melted away here. Yeah, they are in trouble. They are. They need to get some kills. And this could be the perfect opportunity. And this is a lot of gems on the line. There's a lot of gems on the line here. But it's again turning against the red team. Once again, it's the Donuts that get just eaten here. Lauber is down. And that's just crazy. 14 kills to 4 now. We're 9 minutes into the game. And we are about to see the first keep fall. They're not even stopping there. They're going straight in for Rexa. They're going for the core. What the fuck is happening here? What is going on? They want to go for the core. They have 83 gems. 83. Another kill. Oh my god. They're snacking them away. One bite at a time. That's game. That's a 2-0 lead. What the hell? Down they go. A 2-0 lead for 30k against the Donuts in this Heroes of the Storm series. Absolutely crazy. Guys, game 3, Infernal Shrines is coming up, and 30k is in the lead. And not only are they in the lead, they're murdering. They're absolutely murdering. The Donuts, they are struggling. Game number 2 started really well for the Donuts. They got their early 3 kills in, and it looked like the pressure was finally on. But now, I don't know. It could be 3-0 today. And honestly, I headed into this one. I was like, okay, this is going to be a little bit closer. There's a lot on the line for both of the teams. But in the back of my head, there was the entire time like this nagging feeling, hey, this could be a 3-0. The Hardo's already delivered. We don't really know where 30k stands right now. And I always kind of felt a bit that the Donuts might walk away with a 3-0. Right now, I'm looking at this and I'm like, 30k could be the one getting the 3-0. And they're definitely shaking the standings up a little bit. But boy, Copenhagen with the early pick into Sonya. By the way, Cassia is banned out now. They're just looking at us and saying, yeah, we're done with that crap from Dino. Dino has been dropping damage in all of the games. Not only damage, I mean, his Valkyries were also on point throughout all of this. So super scary stuff. Now we get Tychus as an early pick, most likely being played by Zelia again, and that of course means that you can play around the Odin on every single shrine. Vala from Skog and Estukov. Yeah, Vala with the multi-shot build, of course, quite useful in Infernal Shrines, because you can carpet everything. You do damage against the opponent, and you lock at the same time also some of those minion stacks towards the Punisher in. Yeah, are we still going to see a Tracer ban now that Tychus has already been picked? Or do they just simply let Tracer slide this time? Because it could also be a bit of a sleight of hand. You pick the Tychus early and then you shift it over to Dino and give Tracer over to Zelia. So do they just stick it out with the Tracer ban? Because Malfurion has neither been picked or banned. And technically, if you really wanted to, you could go for a Malfurion and Tracer pick at this point. But they go for the Chromie. Chromie obviously also. It's just annoying as hell. Now, technically, this is the first time that Tracer has a chance of being played here. Then again, are you really going for Tracer with that lineup against you? Is that really going to be the play that you're going to make? As far as supports go, Malf can be played here for sure. We've seen the Deckard Cain play time and time again. But they're definitely debating this. And also, what is Masquerade going to take? Deckard Cain is in, and there's Johanna. Alright. Dino is going to take this one late. I would have loved Masquerade also on Diablo again. I'm not going to lie here. It's just always fun. With Stukov on the other hand, on the other side though, you got to be a bit cautious there too. But yeah, we are looking at a solid lineup here. You got Deckard Cain, a lot of zone control on the objective. Diva, of course, chips in too on that end. You have Tychus, who can always drop Odin to secure you the objective, especially when you are close, like 20 stacks, for example. But what are the Donuts doing? Kerrigan Varian! Okay, they're going ham. They're going ham now. Sonya, Varian, and Kerrigan together with Stukov and Vala. Holy shit, that is some scary stuff over there. If that combo connects with anything, whew, either Diva or Deckard Cain save you, or you are dead. And Junkrat as the last pick. Oh boy, we are in for a bit of a treat, I suppose. I don't know who's going to win this, but this is a scary setup. If that setup starts working, then wow. Alright, as it stands, let's go. Game number 3 is a 2 lead for 30k as they're heading up against the Donuts. Let's see if they can win Infernal Shrines as well, or if the Donuts are showing up here to put the first point onto the scoreboard for themselves. Game number 3, Infernal Shrines, 30k against the Donuts. The 2-0 lead for the team in blue. Already a success. Not gonna lie, already a success this series. The Donuts are gonna try and bring it back. They want to go for the reverse sweep here. Even if they pull it off, the 2 map wins against the Donuts are worth a lot for 30k. But of course, if you're in this position, you want the win. You want the entire series, and they are going to fight for it if they can. X-Ray's playing Deckard Cain in this 3rd game. We have Dino on Junkrat for the repositioning. Masquerade is playing Jojo, actually with Laws of Hope here on the level 1, so making sure that he also has some additional self-sustain. Dequaza is playing Diva. We got Azalea currently on Tychus. This is the 2nd time that he is playing the hero in this best of 3 series. Already played him on Battlefield of Eternity. Was a little bit late with the stacking on his level 4, but especially towards the end of the game, he really started to ramp up the damage. On the right side of the map, the Donuts with Ixion Stukov, Skog on Vala, Rutsu on Carrigan, Copenhagen is playing Sonya, and Lauber on Varian. Incredibly scary composition that they have. Now, of course, if you have a scary comp that also centers around wave clear, CC in particular, once that you get going, it is just, it's honestly just a machine that just kills people. It's crazy. But if you fall behind, then it's always a bit tricky, because if you're running this many melee heroes and such an aggressive lineup, you need to make the commitment every time you go for it. So if you fall behind, it's trouble. And it all depends on how well 30k is now handling these things. And it's not going to be necessarily all that easy for them. There's a lot of good plays that can be made, a lot of combos that can come together with Lauber and his taunt on level 4, Carrigan following up on this. We've seen, for example, the Hardos make similar plays on Tomb of the Spider Queen when they played Varian plus Carrigan with a lot of success. In addition to that, you now also have the follow-up with Stukov, which is of course scary in and of itself, and Vala to chip in with more damage from the back. So there's actually a lot on this one. But, well, either way, off we go. We got already our little setup right here with the right side. Rutsu is in. They go for Masquerade. Already trying to move out. Dodges out on the combo. So far, so good. And they keep him alive. Level 4 is, of course, not ready yet, but now they body block Dequaza into Oblivion, and I think he's not going to make it. No, the pilot is down. So Rutsu already delivering here at the early kill for the Donuts. But if we learn anything out of game number 2, then it is that the early kills might be kind of handy to get a bit of a lead, but they're not guaranteeing your victory in the slightest, because game 2... a 3-0 lead in kills, and it got quickly turned once that 30k came really online here. And top side, we're seeing already Zele doing his thing and pressure this out. Multi-shot build, of course, is now started up since we are on level 4 for Vala as well. And yeah, slam, taunt, the shielding potion, which in this situation obviously makes perfect sense. I mean, make sure that they survive through the initial onslaught and you're Gucci. But they're trying to set up some traps here too. They're going full Chinese bush meta on this one. But Rutsu is playing this incredibly safe now as well. Of course, we get the In the Rhythm setup once again for Zelia's Tychus. But yep, no level 4 just yet for Junkrats. The red hasn't taken it yet. And still the camps being up. It's a little bit more of a slower approach now. I really think that the first party... Honestly, you could technically also give up the first objective. If 30k wanted, they could just simply say, okay guys, we don't want to deal with this. If they rack us on objective number 1, it's going to be a snowball. Let's just give this one up, push the lanes a little bit, try and get some damage done to make up for what the Immortal, or sort of the Punisher is going to do once they grab it. But let's not YOLO into this. Let's wait for level 10 until we have also Odin up before we really make a play for the Shrine. They could say that, but they're not doing it. Instead, we got the taunt, and Zelia might be in trouble. Nope, good move by Junkrat, disrupting the flow of the combo. But Carrigan is just now coming in. Rutsu is trying, when they're making sure that they're also creating a little bit of space here. They already have the lead, but of course, as I mentioned before, we don't have level 10 abilities yet, and this is really where 30k is going to build up some momentum on objectives, thanks to Odin. But level 7 talents are also another milestone that both teams are trying to reach as they're fighting for this. Again, they're isolating Lauber a bit. Masquerade low, and he survives, but not long enough. There's the kill as the combo connects, and they're following up with the second one against Deckard Cain. And that's exactly what I was afraid of for them. Dino survives with 10 hit points, was down to single digits at some point, And that's 3 kills to 0 and an early level 7. It kicks in for both of them now, but they are murdering. And this is exactly why I said giving up objective number 1 might not be a dumb idea. Once that you have heroic abilities, it's a different story. But the Donuts, they came in to win it. And they are showing this every single step of the way now. As mentioned before, it's not over until the fat lady sings. And Tomb of the Spider Queen proved that pretty impressively. So this game is not done yet, but this is a great opening for the Donuts. They were crushing. They were absolutely crushing with that comp. And it's all about level 10. And another kill. Once again, we get Johanna being eliminated. So Jojo is down. That's 5 kills to 0, I might add. And the damage output for Vala is already at 14,000. And guys, they're not stopping there. They're going for that fort. They're going for fort number 1. That's 5 kills and a fort with the first objective of the game. Kinda crazy. And of course, they have a massive lead in experience too. Which is probably the scariest thing here, considering that it's a 1.5 level lead, which will lead to an early level 10 and then the potential to push another lane. So, it's getting scary. Junkrat is the only one that hasn't died yet on 30k side. The Donuts, there's all this anger built up from game 1 and game 2. They are currently on an absolute killing spree. And with level 10 in their hands, that's of course a freebie on the camp if they want it. And they can also push the bot lane if they want to. Junkrat is slowing all of this down by simply moving all of the camps away. But yeah, they're joining in already and they're going to get it eventually. But of course, if you can maybe isolate a hero with that little play there, then get a kill. In a 1 versus 5 or 1 versus 4, then maybe you can make even something happen. But yeah, not so much. They're just going for the camps. They're playing it safe. They know they are far ahead. They're going for one camp after another, all the way up at the top side. It's our one-on-one situation with Copenhagen and Nequaza still, as Copenhagen is trying to hold the experience for the team at the top lane. They lost a bit of the wall here, but the fort is still totally fine. It's not really too much lost out on this one. And off we go. Push at the bottom of the map. And yeah, this is some sexy Heroes of the Storm. The Donuts with a very aggressive composition. I mean, again, it's also running, of course, a bit of a risk. You really want to take the lead early on, and that's exactly what they did. The fight on the first shrine was a godsend for them. But here's now the level 10 also for 30k. And this is where the real party starts. Now you have, of course, the problem that you're already a level behind. But at the same time, you have, with the old man, a setup that can, again, interrupt any combos on the opponent. You have finally also your Odin in that is going to be super helpful for the next objective. Riptire is in. And we get the Blessed Shield too. So now they have to really show what they can do with all of this. Because the gameplay for the Donuts, or the game plan at least, is going to be the same. Come in and kill everything in your sight. It's a good game plan. If you're playing Heroes of the Storm, it's a pretty good game plan. If you have the combo for it. But then again, you also need your CC heroes for it. And with Kerrigan being murdered by a quick Riptire and the old man, that put a little bit of a dent into that plan. Now, death timers are low, but still, the objective is going to pop up and it will be an early position on the objective for 30k if they want it, because Kerrigan has, of course, also some travel time. And yeah, with the camp over here on the right side taken by the blue team, and them now also taking the one on the left side, having 2 of them already set in. And it's all about the objective at the bottom of the map now. But that was a good one. Alright, so first they stole the Bruiser camp, now they take their own, and yep, now they move in with the Chrysalis. 13 talents are ready. That's a talent lead for the Donuts despite the kill against them. So, yep, there's quite a bit with this. Once again, here comes the play, the pilot in trouble, and he's dead. Counter kill, not so much. Instead, we got Jojo eliminated. They get Vala, but that might be too little too late. It's still a 3 versus 4, and you're down a talent. Now, of course, there's still the camp pushing at the top, and that's why Sonya is at least moving in for it. They don't want to fight in Odin, and this could actually be an objective for the blue team after all. I mean, they got 29 stacks, but it's a 3 versus 3 with supports on both sides. Maybe they can lock it in, but now that we're seeing Deckard Cain fall, it might be a bit tricky. The Riptire is there, and they lock with the Riptire the objective in, so at least they get the Punisher. I mean, that's something. That's a good step, and it's also gonna proc the stun in front of the wall, so that's a little bit of a lull. But yeah, they still will be able to defend it. At least they should be able to do that. So off we go. try to take this one down. But what exactly can the blue team do now? I mean, they got the objective, but it's still 2 kills against 8. They're trying to make something happen at the top, but as you can see, first of all, the Punisher gets burned down very, very quickly. And they're at least trying to get some of these camps, I suppose, but it's not really an easy one. Virulent reaction on level 13. Oh, blessed shield, but the Chrysalis is out. Yeah, they needed a few more damage healers here. If Tigers would have been with them, maybe at least they got Kane for a quick follow-up. But neither of those players are working out for them. And they're still more than a level behind. And that's really the big issue. Because you want to have even talents when you're fighting over an objective. One of the big problems in the last battle was that they were down a talent. There's the strafe already being used. Maybe a kill against Sonya. Vala with the damage. Tigers is down. D.Va also in trouble, and so is Jojo. Jojo's already dead, and now they're going for Deckard Cain again, and he's just getting slowed instantly and has 0 chance of survival here. So another quick kill. Sonya is at least taken down, but it doesn't really change the fact that this is another problem for them. So yeah, off we go. At this point, as you can see, another kill coming in against Deckard Cain, so that was a good one. They are still defending the middle. 16 talents are now ready for the donuts as well. And it's just a death spiral. Manticore is also ready, and that makes things even worse for every single frontliner that has to deal with Vala. So it is getting a bit nasty. Because right now, you gotta close the gap in experience. That's still a level that you gotta catch, so that you have even talents. It should be possible for the next objective. I really think that the next objective fight is probably the last chance for 30k to make some proper plays here. If they win that one handily, then they have an opportunity to bring it back. If they lose it, they're gonna be in a world of pain, because the push through the mid lane is very likely gonna result in the keep taken out, considering that this is where the next Punisher is headed. So yeah, get the 16 first. Don't get baited into a fight. Look at the minimap. I mean, Varian is coming all the way from the angle for a flank. They're trying for the taunt, but Lauber, let's shoot out a little bit. The taunt is still there against the old guy. Blessed shield, and X-Ray is still dead. X-Ray is still dead. Riptire with good damage, but there's the double kill. Just before the level 16 kicks in, they are able to get 2 more kills. And now we're looking at 13 kills against 3. 13 kills against 3, and a free fort at the bottom of the map. Yep, they are getting farmed. They are getting absolutely farmed in this game. The Donuts, they came back, and they came back with a vengeance. Only question is, did they come back too late? Because they gotta win 3 games in a row if they want to decide the series in their favor. So, not impossible, we've seen it. But definitely not easy, by any means. So the next camp is taken. And Odin is still a powerful weapon in their hands. And yep, here we go. That's 3 kills to 13. Level 16 talents are ready. This is the last chance for them. The last chance to really make a dent into this. If they are losing the fight again and the objective, then they're going to get murdered. They're going to fall even farther behind. The early Odin. And again, they go for Masquerade. He survives. He makes it out. How the hell did Jojo not die there? The big push, Blessed Shield doesn't connect either. But the fight is still ongoing. 21 to 19 stacks right now. And Copenhagen is dominating the space with the spin to win. Yeah, still 2 levels ahead here. The Reptire, they go for it. Slowly. Reptire is in. 33 stacks against 26. They have a chance here. Rutsu isolated alone, and he goes down. That's the kill that they needed. 30k! They're coming back! They are actually coming back. They win the fight, and they win the objective, and now they need to capitalize on it. D.Va is at the top, immediately dealing with the wave and also the camp. Tigers is moving down to the bottom. Experience is important for them right now. Zelia is already there, and here we have them in the mid lane again. 4 kills to 13. The fort is down. And of course, you still need to do what you can to bridge this experience gap. If you don't do that, then the next objective might still be a problem, because there is theoretically a chance that you're trailing behind with a Storm talent. So they are doing what they can. We still have the Punisher in the middle doing some work. They let the fort go at the top. They can take it later. But here comes the taunt. X-Ray. Blessed Shield has been thrown out again to make sure that nobody dies. Defensive setup, but Zelia is here now too. Zelia is here, and he's starting to burn them down. He's starting to go for the minigun. Strafe has been used as well. There's the spear connect as Copenhagen is coming in. But the big ult. Oh, and Junkrat with a nice play. But it's Deckard Cain that dies. Deckard Cain is down. And at the side, we got Kerrigan waiting in the wings in an attempt to make a bit of a play. Alrighty. Daidu, Masquerade. Everybody's still set up, but the fort falls. And now, again, that 2-level lead. 20. It's so close. It's so close. And they're already starting to steal some of these camps away. That's the first thing that they're doing immediately. 72 stacks now on Zelia's level 4 with the In the Rhythm. But they still gotta play catch up. It was a great move taking at least the third Punisher and then being able to take some of the structures down, but it doesn't change the fact that level 20 talents are now ready. That gives us the Farflight Quiver, so even more synergy with the Manticore. Skor can drop the damage and he's already at 39,000. Now he doesn't keep up with Junkrat, but Junkrat has a lot of poke and the Riptire connects that he got were also super impactful, but they weren't able to get a lot of kills in. So they have to bridge 1.5 levels. And yeah, next objective is also spawning on the top side where they didn't take down the fort and they didn't take down the fountain. And that's where the next objective spawns. So it seems like at least Masquerade is going to do that. Takes at least one of them out. But, well, there is a bit of a rotation coming. Masquerade with the big boy int. Yeah, goodbye. They could actually slow this down even. They didn't even have to kill it right there. He could have slowed it down even further, but either way, he's down, so I'm not quite sure if that was worth it. You take the fort down, but you're also losing a hero. 46 seconds without Jojo. That means that the top lane is going to be prepped even more for the next push. You want to take the wall down, the entire gate, so that once they take possibly the Punisher, they can go straight up for keep and core. So that's a big issue. Lauber nearly dying is also a problem, but he still survives. So they keep Lauber alive. It was close. He had 100 points left, but they're making it out. But now that the objective is announced, you see where the problem is. They still don't have level 20. So level 20 isn't ready for them. They have Tigers moving down to the bottom of the map with a little piggy in an attempt to get some experience for them. But it's still half a level that's missing. And of course, the next camp is now taken too. Shaman camp has been claimed. And they can make the easy play towards the shrine in an attempt to end the game with the next Punisher. And we're not really talking about getting the level 20 for a fight around the Punisher. We're at this point talking about defense. You got 20 now, but by the time you move towards the top, the Punisher is taken. So we're all talking about defense. And they're trying to take at least a few of the structures down here. I suppose with the big red button, there is a chance now that they can defend at least the core. The Keep has no hope. The Keep has absolutely no hope. So nothing is going to happen on that end. The Keep is going to fall, for sure. We got the Bio Explosion switch on 16, the Pox Populi. And it is time for the Arcane Punisher. Zelia has taken the fort at the bottom of the map. 16 kills, 2-4, and off we go. This is the moment where the team in red wants to end the game. They know they're going to get their Keep. It's guaranteed. But can they end the game? The early big red button. Gotta try and push them back. And here's the moment of truth. The donor. How are they committing? How are they going for this one? Rutsu is waiting. He's looking for a target. They're baiting the Punisher into the middle. And the Keep is getting crushed. Absolutely crushed. But can they go core? Already a lot of good damage against the Arcane Punisher. It's pretty much down to 50% at this point. And as long as nobody dies, they're still going to be able to defend the core. So they are just firing away with Zelia on Odin. The big red button is doing wonders for them. And they zone them away. They are able to sustain themselves a bit longer here. And they are able to save their core. Now the attempt to maybe even go for the fight. The Riptire's already out. Skor. Yeah, they try to push him out of position. But they are not really able to force that battle. So, as the dust settles, we have a situation in which the top lane is completely exposed on the side of 30k, but the game isn't over yet. You still got a chance. They're 12 kills behind, but technically they still got an opportunity to bring this one back. We're 18 minutes into the game, and every single additional Punisher that now spawns has of course scaled quite a lot. You win a good team fight with the level 20 talents, and we're talking about a possible victory. But who is getting the kills? It's once again the red team that is looking for the engage. Masquerade is able to move out, but here comes Rutsu with a combo, and that's a kill against Jojo. Rutsu popping off again on Kerrigan. Big place for him. The follow-up kill against Deckard Cain, and now they are just swinging that momentum. They're turning that snowball from earlier into an avalanche, and they want to go for a game. Already the move towards the top. If your support is missing, if Johanna is missing, two of the heroes that have CC that they can provide there too, you can go for core, because the moment that we have the blue team trying to defend, there's going to be another engage of Varian, another taunt, and then easily another kill. And let's not forget about Kerrigan. Rutsu has absolutely murdered. Here comes again the big red button, but this time it is going to be so much more difficult for them to hold this. Yeah, but then again, there's a lot of hit points lost. Have they overstepped? There's a lot of good damage. Riptire, and they have to beef. They are forced back again. 30k, they're getting a kill. Fucking Tigers. Seriously. Tigers and Junkrat, they are able to hold it again. That big red button is a massive pain in the ass, and of course you got Diva on top of that too, but this time he moved out a little bit too deep. That's a kill against Zelia. They're trying to get Copenhagen, at least Lauber. Copenhagen is about to fall, he's down, and Lauber is about to die too. They get the kills in. They trade Tigers for 2 more kills. And now there's catapults in the middle, and we're 21 minutes into the game. Objective should be announced soon as well. 6 deaths on Deckard Cain, 7 on Jojo. What the hell is happening here? What is this game? The defensive powers of Tigers, Junkrat, and Diva are just too strong. And now with 3 heroes down, they're just going straight up in the middle in an attempt to take the keep down. And nobody's really going to stop them. That keep is going to fall. The objective is up. Well, if they push for it, which they don't, instead they want to go for the objective. Objective goes to the middle anyways. So yeah, Catapult is already doing some work, and now they just want to lock in the Punisher. What's going on? Tigers, he needs to take the catapults down. Dude, you can't let those catapults live. They both have to fall. He takes the catapults down, and now they can just come in with another big red button. They have 23 points already. Wow. Wow. The Donuts might just lose it now. Are they maybe backdooring? Look at this. They're actually waiting. They're waiting this out. They're saying like, guys, they might backdoor. We need vision. We need vision at the top lane. Frozen Punisher's taken. Spicy setups now. They know where Rutsu is, and they are trying to go for core. They know they can't hold the middle. They know they can't hold it. He's interrupting. He's trying to interrupt. He's interrupting in the first one. Dino is back. The core gets attacked. They're sniping it. They're trying to snipe it. But here comes Diva. They can't. They can't. They just simply can't. They're trying, but they're already losing Vala. Vala is down. Kerrigan is about to fall too. The core is down to 69%. Copenhagen. They're not making it, are they now? Here comes only 40%. Maybe, just maybe. Kerrigan, she's dead. They're holding. Everybody is dead and dying. Ixia is about to fall. 24% on the core. The keep in the middle has fallen. Lauber is the only survivor, and the core is already getting attacked. This is unfucking-believable. 30k, like how? They are still 9 kills behind. How is this even possible? The defensive setup with Diva, Tigers, Junkrat, it was able to stop the Donuts multiple times, and now the Donuts are losing. 3-0 against 30k. Unbelievable. Lauber gets farmed. The core is down to 20%. They're trying to go for Variant. They drop him. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a 3-0 victory for 30k against the Donuts. Zelia, beastnit. Successful comeback in Heroes of the Storm.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.